All right, so welcome to Pitch in the Zone, the place where a couple of coaches get together on a weekly basis and help one presenter to improve their pitch by pointing out what already works well and giving some tips and pointers on what could be improved. We have here with us today Massimo Peroncelli, hailing from Thailand, and it's actually his birthday, so yay, Massimo, happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Yes, there we go. Thank you for the singing, and that was Nathan Gold, pitch coach extraordinaire from San Francisco, California. We have Michael Marchuk on the phone. He's a CTO, strategist, author, and speaker with tremendous experience and, of course, always superb feedback. And we have Scotty, our language expert and fellow at UC Berkeley, also a very experienced coach. So, Yona, you are in absolutely great hands today. And you are going to practice an investor pitch, right?
I'm practicing a pitch to trainers. So
to
we're
the trainer.
Yeah.
Okay, to the trainer. So you are going to pitch a free app that, as I understand it, adds some social aspects to your workout.
Yep.
All right. With that, Yona, the floor is yours. You have 3 minutes time. If you want to keep an eye on Marco's window, he will have a countdown timer that goes from 3 minutes down to 0 and then counts up again just in case you go over a little bit, so we see how much that would have been. And awesome. With that, the floor
Lederman's here yours. With us. Welcome, Lederman. We're up. Here we go.
All right. Sounds good. Well, thank you guys so much. Hi, I'm Jonah, and today I'm going to be talking to you about my fitness company, Pump, and how we plan to revolutionize the way that people experience fitness. So to give you a little bit of background, in high school, I was always this really scrawny kid. I was about 6'1" and 120 pounds. So my freshman year, I was just trying to get a little bit stronger so that I wouldn't get, pushed into the lockers by the seniors. And so I downloaded a bunch of fitness apps off the App Store. And a problem I experienced was that I was paying a fee for a service that didn't even provide me with a personalized experience. So everyone that's on these platforms is getting the same content as me. And so I didn't really feel special. And so I went to more social media apps like Instagram and YouTube looking for workouts. And I found that the content was really scattered just because these platforms aren't built for fitness. So this is where Pump comes in. Pump is where social media and fitness meet. Our mission is to provide any individual with free personalized fitness experience to help them achieve their goals. For example, let's say I wanted to find a leg workout. If I wanted to find a leg workout, I use our smart search tools to find a bunch of content that's relevant to me. And when I'm scrolling through this content, I can do it now, I can save it for later, or if I really like it, I can reach out directly to the person who created the content and schedule a live workout session with them. This is why trainers are so excited to join Pump when we launch, so they can get more clients than ever before. Now, an analogy I like to give is with a platform that you may have heard of due to its recent popularity. It's called TikTok. And so dance content was prevalent all around the internet before TikTok. However, TikTok was able to tap into its target market by providing a custom platform that was curated for trendy dance videos. Pump is doing the same thing for fitness by providing a specialized platform for people to find the content that they seek and really interact with those communities. And as humans, we really crave connection. And especially during COVID, when we've been so deprived of it, Pump is better than any other platform at creating a connected community to help people find fitness content and the encouragement that they need to achieve their goals. That's about it. I got like 30 seconds left.
All right. right, all right.
Okay.
Good
All right.
job, good job. So the way this usually works is we just go around, and everybody will see something differently, hear something differently. And of course, this is recorded. So if you want to go back later on, you know, you can really focus now on the feedback. No need to take too many notes.
Let's start with somebody other than me this morning,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah, Michael is always great in providing feedback in the chat box. So before we close the meeting as well, grab that. And I would like to open today with Michael. Michael, what have you noticed and what kind of feedback can you provide to Jonah?
Jonah, I think that the whole mashup concept is taking the best of both of those applications to be able to support a specific demographic that you really have honed in on. I think it could be leveraged in a bunch of other ways too, in addition to that, where you can break off to, I would call them the meathead market, where you have folks who really want to do bodybuilding, that sort of thing. But also to folks who are looking to lose weight and whatnot. So you could have various aspects of your application that could really tune to the right market space for their encouragement and for managing that type of thing. As I think, honestly, I know you're excited about it. I didn't feel like you were excited about it when you're telling me, though. I saw you kind of reading through some things as you're going, and this was a really good thing for us all, and all the that's kind of stuff you need to be going and be on top of it. So if you're talking with trainers, first of all, I know Nathan's going to say this too, but look here, look at your camera. Yeah, even though you're looking at me right now, look at the camera, because it's really hard when you're looking over here talking to us about something. It was really distracting because you weren't talking to me, you were talking to something else. And then when you started reading, it even became more distracting because you weren't really engaging me in the discussion. So if you're doing this, what I would suggest that you do maybe is, and I'm sure I'm not the coach here, the guys will coach you better on this, but
you are the coach here.
Record yourself doing it. Record yourself doing it a couple times and watch yourself and see if you believe you. Because right now, I think you have a great idea. I just don't feel like you're really investing in it to let me know that, oh my gosh, this is the coolest thing ever. You may believe that inside, and I don't know if it's just because you're nervous or this is new, but I didn't feel it for you. So that's my notes today.
Okay, well, awesome. Thank you. That's definitely something to work on.
Yeah, really, really great. As always, Michael, thank you very much. And I couldn't agree more, and we'll probably hear it a couple more times, because a great pitch is all about the energy and the transfer of your enthusiasm. And yes, very keen observation. Massimo, what have you noticed?
Yes, thank you. I'm, again, totally agree with what Michael said. To me, introduction, you said, oh, I'm going to talk about this and that. Cut it, cut it, cut it. Totally useless, totally boring. It doesn't show energy. Cut it.
Okay.
After that, it was very good personal story. Use it to make people emotionally connect with you. Empathy. So, because the story is like, I was bullied and then just switch to something else. Give it a little bit more time for people to feel your pain and how you try to solve it. So try to connect with people emotionally. Okay. And yeah, as they said that the tone or the voice was really like monotone. It was like reading, and it was not showing your energy or passion. It really sounded like you didn't believe in what you said. And the last thing for me, since you didn't use anything, no slide or anything, at least put a virtual background with your logo and your website. So at least we see that and we don't forget about that. But that's, again, to me, it's a good idea, very good idea, but the pitch can be improved. But the idea is very good. Thank you.
And don't worry if we are focusing on a lot of things that you can improve, but that's really the purpose why we are here today. So with that, let me hand it over. I see Nina joined us here today as well. Nina, how are you?
Good, thank you.
You've been sitting in the seat that Jonah is sitting today. So please take it from here and help Jonah to improve this.
Sure. Hi, Jonah. So,
Uh,
so I think, like the others are saying, maybe the excitement and the energy, but I also feel you have a cool temperament. So use that, that's also nice, because you have, you're cool and calm. So keep that as well, but just add, add excitement and energy at the right points. So for instance, I heard you saying as humans, we really crave connection. Yes, we do. And right now we do a lot, right? So when you're saying that, I mean, let that show in your voice, come forward, or one of those things. You could do that to make it more impactful, or you want to connect and things like that. I think half the problems will go away also if you know your script in your head rather than reading it out. So that will help when you're not, when you know your script rather than you're reading it out, or you just have points which you're looking at when you need to recall what it is you want to say next. So that would help. I like the connection with TikTok because it immediately made me understand something a little better. So that was great. The personal story, I think others have mentioned that it's great to involve give a personal story, and like maybe you could have stayed with that a little longer. But I think just learn up your script and deliver it. Yeah, I think that's about it. Thank you.
Yeah, well, thank you. I definitely agree that that's super important. Like once I know the pitch, it'll just be like more a conversation flow, and I won't be.
Right.
Excellent feedback so far. Really, really great. Let's move on. I see Liederman. Liederman came back. Welcome. And what have you noticed?
Yeah, so Jonah, I think I relate to you actually very much, because I think you are probably in the same stage I was not too long ago, which is I need to write it down and I need to read it so many times until it feels comfortable to me. So, but I think the content of what you're trying to relay is pretty much there. You may have to make some tweaks here and there. I like the personal story. I like the TikTok. And because of what you do, I think energy is very important. So yeah, you're going to have to show that, but I think it is going to come out after you read it multiple times. And it seems to me that you're in the process of nailing down your pitch. And then from there, you're going to be able to build from there and really have a very, very good pitch. So I think you're on the right track.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Jonah, how many times did you pitch before today in terms of? Just curious.
Yeah, so after I reached out to you, I kind of took those 2 days and just wrote my pitch and practiced it over and over. And I wrote down on this paper that I was looking at, I basically just wrote like bullet points of like main points that I wanted to hit on and kind of like the flow. So I was kind of like glancing up and down, and then I think I was glancing down a little too much. But yeah, so I'd say I was practicing this pitch for like 2 days. I've been working on like a more investor pitch, like a lot longer, like a 5 to 10 minute pitch. So I was just kind of trying to condense it and shorten it down.
Okay. Well, I was just trying to frame it up for everybody on the line that what you've just done here is like 2 days old.
Excellent. Why don't you just carry it on, Nathan? What have you noticed and observed?
The same thing in terms of reading. For what I've been having my clients do these days is use voice typing or dictate in the Microsoft products, and pull up your slide, go into dictate mode, and just speak. Don't write your script. Speak your script, and then you'll find that perhaps it's a bit easier for you to learn the lines that you've already spoken, because it sounds more like you as opposed to grammar checking and fixing things in that script. So check out voice typing in the Google products, or Word and PowerPoint have a dictate button. Just hit the dictate button and say what you want to say, and it'll put the words right in there for you if you haven't used that feature already. And it shortcuts that whole writing a script process and makes it easier for you to learn what you're already saying. And then do what Liederman said. You got to do it out loud, out loud, out loud. The out loud practice is the only way, in my opinion, to really learn those words. So you have the muscle memory to now say, okay, this is a word I'm going to put some emphasis behind because you've said it 20, 30, 40, 50 times, and you know emphasis is exactly that point where you want to hit. A couple, three other things, Jonah. In the future, try to move your camera up so it's more in line with your eyes, and then it'll be a better experience for your audience. You might have to move your entire computer one day. And then the elephant in the room here, in my opinion, was not covered in your pitch. And the elephant in the room is that if you go into the App Store or the Google Play and you just put in fitness app, you're going to have hundreds of them, if not, at least tens of them. And then you have the TV commercials with all of the stuff going on about exercise and fitness. So I feel like the elephant in the room is that there's so many applications out there. And I feel like you need to make it clear why we need yet another one. And you did touch on those points about building a community and connection and things like. I feel like that part has to be developed a little bit more to make you stand out from that very crowded market out there.
Yeah, for sure.
And then the last thing is, I suggest if you want to connect more on an emotional level with your audience, you already have the right pieces. That personal story is a big part of it. Just go with Simon Sinek's golden circle of, you need a hook. You need a better hook. And nobody covered that with you yet, but I think you need a better hook to get us, oh, what? Oh, okay, wow. And then you go into why you're doing it, how you're doing it, and then what are the results, or what are the expected results from your trainers that use this product. Okay. And that's something we can certainly work on going forward. We also want to have you come back. So whether or not you use me in the next week or 2 or 3, we want you to come back in a couple of weeks, or not next week, but in a couple of weeks, so that we can have you do it again. We've had one person come back 3 times, and 3 times is the charm in my opinion.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I would love to be back here. This is an amazing opportunity.
And then Claudio and many others talked about feelings. I'll just quote Maya Angelou. She says, people will forget what you say, they'll forget what you do, but they never forget how you make them feel. Yeah. So make sure you always realize that this presentation is to get people to feel the energy, the positiveness, the excitement, the passion that you have for what you're doing. And that will come once you know what you want to say more clearly.
Yeah.
Excellent. As always, thank you, Nathan. And Vijay, what have you noticed? You've been in the same seat as Jonah as well. So what is your feedback?
Yes, thank you, Claudio, and all other experts on the line. So Jonah is bit lagging in his expression during the presentation, and he has started very nicely with a short story, and finally where he might have informed why we have to go for his center, what is the beneficial, because as Nathan has explained, the apps available, then why we can prefer him. Okay, if he has justified that, it will be much more, it will reach the audience. So that's a wonderful thing. So we hope him to come after a few weeks so that he can improve much more his presentation. So thank you all.
Excellent.
Jonah, did you get that? I missed some of that, but Jonah, did you get all of that? He was cutting out a little bit on my side.
It cut out a little bit for me too.
Vijay, do you mind just saying the last thing you said one more time so we can try to get it?
Yeah, so after a few weeks, he can give another one presentation. So
before that,
you mentioned that. Yeah.
Before that. That's
sorry.
What you said before that. There was something you said before that.
So he is not much expressive during the presentation, and he can justify why his app or his fitness center is much more beneficial to the customers. So if you have highlighted it, it will be much more beneficial for the audience to receive his comments.
Specifically in the audience he's going after, which are trainers, right? Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's your audience, right, Jonah, is trainers, people that train other people in fitness.
Yeah, that's who kind of the pitch is aimed at.
Okay. Okay. By the way, my daughter is a personal fitness trainer, so if you need somebody to test your app, we can get her using it.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, that's cool. How
Excellent.
long has she been doing that?
3-ish years, and she's certified, so she is a
Okay,
certified
nice.
personal trainer. Yeah.
That's why Nathan is so fit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and then I see we have some new guest here, Suzai.
Oh,
Suzai, are
Scotty,
you?
don't forget about Scotty.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm new to this forum. I was introduced by Mr. Vijay here.
Okay, okay. So have you noticed anything that you would like Jonah
Yes.
to know about his pitch?
Yes, sir. Today is my first class, so I will regularly attend this and I will know the things, sir.
Okay. All right, all right. And then let's go over to Scotty. Scotty also always have tremendously great feedback. So what have you noticed today?
Well, thank you. In addition to what everybody else has said, and a couple of things, you could use your logo behind you if you don't want to do slides, you know, do some sort of a hanging thing. Also, you could use a picture of yourself. Your story I thought was great because my husband and I have 2 boys, and we made them work out with a trainer before they could play sports in high school because I wanted them to know, you know, how to take care of their bodies. One was playing football and one was playing soccer, and then they both played rugby. So I think you can like leverage that story a little bit more along with the enthusiasm that everybody has mentioned. And then Michael touched on like the business segment. So if I were a trainer, I don't really know what I would get from this and whether it's a subscription, you know, how does it work? And I think you could blend your story, whether it's your story about being a kid trying to get stronger or from the perspective of a personal trainer, because, you know, everybody's had to make this transition in the last, 3 months or so from training in a gym to maybe outside or doing it online. And so maybe you can give the story to, you know, we create specialized content, for example, for a trainer who's working with, you know, middle-aged moms or working with kids or whatever your specialty is. We blend in these things a la TikTok. And I can't remember if you mentioned something else. I think you just said that you couldn't really find a really good interface when you first started looking. And so that's how you came up with the pump idea.
Yeah.
So, you know, find a storyline that works for you that you can carry through with your natural enthusiasm. And then I didn't really hear the ask. Like, what did you want people to do? You know, here's my website. And actually, I just Googled pump while we were looking at this, and there are a million pump things out there. So I don't, if your pump is up there, I couldn't find you quickly.
Okay. Yeah, we haven't really done like all the SEO work yet, but yeah, I definitely think maybe like structuring the pitch like it's from a trainer's perspective, like this is what a trainer would do. They get a free platform where they can post their content and reach a lot more clients than ever before, so that they're like, oh, like I could do that. Like they're thinking in terms of themselves.
Well, and also how to like get back their old clients. Like it's easier to hold on to a client than get a new one. So maybe there's another angle. Like if you're still, you know, migrating your business to this online platform, this is the app for you because we've offered you this playbook, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sounds like a good idea. But I could see trainers needing better interfaces for sure.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Scotty. And I have only a few things that haven't been covered yet. Well, the first one I really want to point out, and it has been covered more than once, it's the energy, right? It's the enthusiasm. And I actually know that you have much more of that inside of you because from time to time it came out. You, for example, said something like, this is why trainers are so excited. And when you go back to the recording, listen to that part and listen to how you pronounced and stressed the word excited. And it's that kind of language, I believe, that people respond extremely well to. Structurally, every great presentation, every good pitch has 3 distinct components: an opening, a body, and the clothes. And as Scotty just pointed out, your clothes, it didn't really get me to pick up the phone or do something. So it's called a call to action, right? A call to action. So do not be afraid, because by the time that you reach the end of your pitch, you have a certain level of rapport and you have established a authority position so that you easily can tell people what exactly you want them to do. What is the action that you want them to take? And then the opening, Marco pointed it out as well, there is no need for the very, very beginning. And then when you started, I felt it was just like, you know, blah, blah, blah. It just was kind of like more or less a flat line. And what you want to do with every aspect, that is the content as well as your language, is to create a certain level of tension. Tension is what keeps people in. Tension is what keeps people listening. So with your voice, right, get as much vocal variety in there as possible. Slow down whenever you want to convey authority, and then speed up when you want to convey excitement. You know, when you're really, really excited about something, usually you start to speed up just a tiny little bit. As far as the opening goes, I find 3 opening techniques the most effective. One is a startling fact, something that really gets people to say, what? Oh, I didn't know that. Some fact, some number, some statistic, something that supports your point and makes people go, interesting. Another one would be a question, but not any question, truly a thought-provoking question. Something, again, that engages people, because you do want to engage people throughout. And the third one is to do or say something that is so unexpected that people go like, how does this relate even to what I'm expecting here, right? Do something unexpected or say something unexpected. And then just a small little detail, that's a language kind of thing, is you introduced your analogy with, I'm going to tell you an analogy. No need for that. Just jump into the analogy, right? You said an analogy I'd like to give is blah, 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 blah. No need for that. Yeah. Just simply make a pause between what you said before and then blah, 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 blah. No need to actually advertise what you're going to say. Yeah. But all in all, really, for a first time, great job, super job. And I already look forward to welcoming you back after you had a chance to incorporate some of this feedback here today, refine it a little bit, and then feel free, you know, just go back to the same website, fill out that form, and we'll schedule you for one of the next few weeks.
Awesome. Yeah, I was just thinking for the closing, you were saying how, like, so after I show more enthusiasm, I could say something like, as you can see, I'm pumped, and I now invite you to join me and get pumped too.
You got it. You got it.
Okay.
You can find me at Pumped151 or whatever your.
Yep. The website, you know, Fit by Pump or whatever. Yes, absolutely. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. You got it.
Yeah, thank you guys.
And if you do have the ability for next time, a few people pointed out slides, right? Slides definitely help, but not slides that, you know, have line after line after line of the stuff that you're going to say, but a picture here, a picture there. And especially when it comes to an app, what I would like to see is, how does it work? And I know 3 minutes isn't all that long, but it's long enough to spend about 30 seconds on how does it work? What do I see? What do, if I'm the fitness trainer, what do my clients see? Because images in that realm truly are very convincing. I had a look at your website before, and when I looked at the images there, and when I looked at the language there, I was like, wow, this is really, really great. And if you use a few of those images there, right, just to show how easy it is, how fun it is, and you will convey that very, very well.
Excellent.
All right, Jonah, any last comments from you before we are wrapping up?
Your sound is gone, Jonah. Oh, there it is. There it is. It just went low.
Okay, yeah, no, you guys pretty much answered all the questions I had. That was incredibly helpful. It's amazing. That
Take the microphone a little bit closer to your mouth again.
Can you hear me better?
A little.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what's happening. But yeah, it's awesome that you guys are doing this. I love pitching to you guys and hearing your feedback. Super helpful. So yeah, I definitely have a lot to work on, and I'll get back to you guys in a couple weeks when I've really worked on what you guys have said.
Thank you for joining.
Awesome. Thank you again for taking the time today, and thank you for everybody who is showing up week after week after week. Massimo, Michael, Scotty, Nina, more than once, and of course Vijay as well. I think I've seen you every week. Liederman, thanks for coming, and I hope you will come to one of the next sessions again. Always a great pleasure to have you. And Suzai, welcome the first time, and see you next time.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Have a wonderful day, afternoon, evening.
I have one more question. How do I find the recording for the video after, so I can?
I will send out a email once it's transcoded and everything. I'll put a logo on it, and then I put it on YouTube. And I will send out the link to everybody that was on this call, or basically everybody that is on our mailing list. And you I think, are already on it as well.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right. Have a great day.
Have a good one. See you, everybody. See you. Bye-bye.
Bye.